The views and opinions that may appear on this show in no way represent the views and opinions of Marshall University, its staff, or its employees. Marshall University approves 9.5 minutes of this broadcast. Viewer discretion is somewhat advised.
Up late.
From Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia, you're Up Late with Jamie Lafiego. Tonight's guests from The Path to the Cure, Julie Neal and Tia Cindy. Plus music by Alexis Cunningham. And now, your host, Jamie Lafiego.
Hey, thank you. Hey. What do you have in your hand? What is that on your hand? 3D now. You see that? Kyle is incorporating our 3D technology here. Did it work?
No.
No, never does. Thank you. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the show. We have got a great show tonight and huge news right off the top of the show. Congratulations to Logan County native Landau Eugene Murphy Jr. He won the NBC show America's Got Talent. Yes, one person. Oh, three people. Okay, well, I guess they don't watch the show. He won the show's $1 million prize, but it turns out the $1 million comes after taxes. He will receive a check for $16,000 every year for 40 years. See, getting $16,000 every year for doing nothing. So it turns out he's just like everyone else in Logan County. Oh! See, we made fun of Wayne County last week. Now Logan County tonight.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
Take that, everybody in West
Let's
Virginia.
move on. All right.
Take that, every audience.
All right, if you remember from last
have.
week's show, we had Patrick Webb stand outside the Student Center to see how many freshmen he can make late to their 11 o'clock class. Well, on the second day of school, we sent AJay Meadows into a random classroom and watch what happens.
Hey everyone, if I can have your attention, I am the grad assistant for this professor. What they want you to do, they're running a little late. They had a really good first class this week. What they want you to do is go on the board and write your initials and put down the weirdest fact you can tell about yourself. They might choose extra credit for the weirdest fact. She's running a little late. She just wants to do something to, keep the class going for a little bit. So if you just do that, I would really appreciate it.
That was AJay Meadows. Yeah, it was.
We are a cast of assholes.
We're getting in a lot of trouble earlier on in the semester. We seriously sent them into like 4 different classrooms, and we had so many teachers come in, and there was stuff all over the board, and we couldn't show you some of the things the students wrote on the board.
And by the way, people should follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
That's a good idea, Kyle. Look at you. Friends forever? What are they saying?
Friends forever.
All right, knock it off. All right, with the semester underway, we thought tonight would be a good night to show the students here that there's more than Huntington than just Marshall University. Well, we're not so sure about that, right? Okay. We sent our expert tour guide, Bishop Nash, on a little tour from campus to Pullman Square. Take a look.
Hello, I'm Bishop Nash. In a previous video, I showed you how to get from Old Main to the Rec Center. But you may have noticed that there's a little bit more to Huntington than just Marshall. Whether you're from just down the street or the middle of nowhere, Gilmer County, you're gonna need to know how to get around Huntington. So I'm gonna show you how to get from Marshall down 4th Avenue to Pullman Square. Thank you. When you start your journey, you're gonna wanna cross 4th at Husson's Pizza, which is the finest pizza in all of the land. Did you know that it's a fact that Huntington has more pizza places than the entire state of West Virginia has health clinics? That's why we're fat, and we love it. After that, you're going to go past Living Arts Studios, where you can have your tattoos and piercings done by strange mythological women riding seahorses. If you've ever been drunk coming home from 4th Avenue, you know that these 4-way stops are as dangerous as crossing the Nile full of AIDS-infested crocodiles. After that, you keep heading west and you're going to go past Secret Pleasures and City Tan, quite possibly the most slut-tastic part of 4th Avenue, and that's certainly saying something. And after that, you're going to go past James Jonathan's Gourmet Sandwiches. True story. Huntington has been in a constant state of construction and reconstruction and deconstruction since 1947. Remember, parents, if you send your daughter to Marshall, she will go to the Thirsty Whale, and she will meet your son-in-law. And if there's one thing you're going to know about living in Huntington, you've got to know that approximately 87% of Huntington's drugs comes from this place right here. It is the gateway to the underworld. Maintain your current heading and you're going to go past Happy Dragon Chinese Buffet. Did you know that the Happy Dragon has a $5.59 lunch buffet? And it's effing tasty, which makes me feel a little bit bad. Because as a child, I used to prank call Happy Dragon approximately 2,000 times. And as a child, I mean about 4 days ago. Speaking of things hipsters like, keep on going and you're going to go past the Discount Cinema. Not to be confused with the Keith Albee, because the Discount Cinema is for poor people. Now right here is the actual famous Keith Albee Theater. Like much of Huntington, it peaked around 1955. Strangely enough, it also peaked with the height of the Cold War. And at this point, turn down 9th and you'll be heading towards Pullman Square. And here we are, Pullman Square, the pride and joy of civilized Huntington.
That was horrible.
To rip off.
We are never sending Bishop anywhere.
Or we're sending him everywhere.
I like that option. All right, stay with us after the break. We'll be joined by Julie Neal and Tia Cindy to talk about the path to the cure. Are you kind of hot?
It's hot in here.
Take your shirt off for a little bit.
Yeah, I think